Go straight to it this time in Nigeria, West Africa, where the continuous attacks across the country and border has made the President Muhammadu Buhari to approve the establishment of a National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, something they've called the NCCSALW. Now, a statement released on the official Twitter handle of the presidency, President Buhari said the center will be under the office of the National Security Advisor.
Now, the statement added that the president is restructuring the Nigerian security architecture with the aim of addressing the security threats experienced in Nigeria while strengthening the regional mechanism for the control of small arms. All right, let's bring in political analyst Dennis Amakri and Chris Mustafa Nwokobia into the picture this morning. Hello, good morning.
All right, Dennis, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dennis.
I really hope he can hear us.
He can hear us, exactly.
This morning. Dennis returns to Breakfast Central this morning. We had him last week. We're talking about insecurity in Nigeria, and this time it's the president approving this one about, small firearms and light weapons. So good morning, Dennis Amakri. Welcome back to Breakfast Central. All right.
All right. I mean, this story bags a lot of questions. One of the questions is, if you look at the presidency, there's been a lot of committees that have been created here and there and in different sectors of the cabinet, and a lot of people are beginning to ask how effective are the committees that we created in the past? Why are we beginning to have smaller offices within the major office? Are we not going to duplicate roles and responsibilities? Do we have the funds to cater for all of this? These are some of the questions and many more that people are begging to be answered by the president and his crew. And
it will be interesting to know how Nigerians reacted from that tweet by the presidency yesterday, when approving this one about small firearms and light weapons. Clearly viewed as a response to the growing insecurity in the country, and like you talked about, it will now be under the National Security
Another
Advisor.
Office.
But rightly so, based on what we are seeing right now, perhaps it's the right step to go.
Are we sure it is the right step to go? Looking at the past, having tried this same method in other sectors, has it been effective? A big question that a lot of Nigerians are also looking for is, why has the president not even come to address the people? Why has he not come out to make statements or to even reassure Nigerians that everything is under control and he's sitting on top of the helms of affairs when it comes to insecurity in Nigeria?
Well, he's talking about, a National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons. So the big question is, why did he take up till now? Because clearly, we have more than small arms and light weapons.
What do we even call small arms? What are we placing, or which category are we placing small arms and light weapon under? Are we saying the machetes and the small ding guns are under that category?
It's beyond that, with the category of firearms that we're seeing with gunmen and kidnappers and abductors in different parts of the country, whether southeast or northeast, perhaps even northwest now, since the issues we had last week in Niger. Yes, the big question is, can we categorize that as small arms and light weapons? But the control, that is the big question now. That why has it taken so long, perhaps, for the presidency and even the government to come that, look, we need to control what's coming into this country. Where are these small arms, quote unquote, and light weapons coming from? Because what our military is facing, what our police are facing, and I use the word our, basically Nigerian now says, Nigerian speak, it's not small arms. It's not light weapons. It's heavy gunfire.
That begs the question, Olisa. That is why people are asking. If we're saying that we should track this, Olisa, you and I were not technocrats. It's not rocket science that these are things that should be done. Nigerians are asking questions. If we're to track it, why is it taking so long for us to trace? These weapons don't just appear like abracadabra. It's not magic. It goes through somewhere. It goes through a procedure. It goes through certain lands and waters before it gets to our terrain. And we have people who are fabricating it. They're sourcing for this material somewhere. If only we can get a way for which this can be tracked, this can be traced, just as you've rightly said, then we probably might have a clue, we might have an idea of what it is these people are doing and where they're sourcing this from, and nip that at the board. As it hot as my people they talk.
Yes, so the presidency here is also looking to restructure the security architecture of the country. Now, this comes also with the tweets yesterday from the presidency about this new commission they're setting up for the control of small arms and light weapons. Well, people will go back to what happened, Oluchi, in the northeast in the past month, where we've seen police security agencies attacked with many what we'll describe as heavy weapon.
Oh, not light weapons? Not light weapons.
Anybody who has any bit of security, knowledge, even for the layman, you know that you don't go to a police station, you don't go to a prison to free inmates with machetes. And yes, we might call machetes small arms, but the category of insecurity right now, I guess perhaps when we saw that tweet yesterday, one of the questions that, are we saying that with what we're seeing in the country, that we want to categorize them under those small arms and light weapons, or are we just trying to now beat time or beat around the bush and waste more time rather than attacking the problems at the get-go? However, this country has been seeing lots of weapons coming in. It's time to put a control to it. I
totally agree. You took it right out of my mouth, Lisa. I mean, because Nigerians, and just like a lot of Nigerians are saying, it is not rocket science. We know that, there will be challenges, or there are challenges here and there in trying to secure the country, which is understandable. But Nigerians need to feel that the president is up to his game, or he's up at his game, or he's good, he knows what he's doing. And that's why people are asking for him to come and address the people.
Even if it's on social media. This debate about the presidency not addressing, what do you want? So, what do we want?
Efficiency. Nigerians are looking for efficiency. Nigerians are looking for efficiency. Nigerians are looking for signs where at least this hope that we're talking about, we can actually see action being put in place. Nigerians are looking for situations where they can, or they're looking forward to a time where they can go to bed and sleep with your two eyes closed and not having to find your own security, not having to be your own security. It's tough enough that we're our own Minister of Light. We're our own Minister of Transport. Yeah, because there are some situations where you have to power your own house, even though you're paying taxes. Now Nigerians are looking for how to even, when you're looking at healthcare, can we give ourselves a scorecard on healthcare? Can we give ourselves a scorecard on basic amenities in the country? Can we give ourselves a scorecard when it comes to even food security in the country?
Fine, that's given. Security is the big topic that we're talking about every day. Now we have a tweet from the presidency talking about the control of these light weapons and small arms. 1, why did it take this long? 2, is this the way to go? Are we categorizing these weapons that we're seeing around the country as small arms? All right, joining us right now on Breakfast Central, we have returning to the program, Dennis Amatri. Dennis is a political analyst. Good morning to you, Dennis. Welcome back to Breakfast Central.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
All right, Dennis, every day in the country, lives are being lost and properties are being destroyed. The National Assembly as a team now, they're divided. On one side, we have some people clamoring for one. The Senate is actually calling for the international support, while the House of Representatives, they're calling for a state of emergency. There's some form of imbalance in all of this. What do you make about the entire situation?
We are in a situation of chaos. Shows us that the country has come to the crossroads. A lot of things that were supposed to be corrected before, that were not corrected, are now being addressed, and they are with us right now. So we just don't have to start crying about it. We have to go ahead and address it properly, and we address it correctly, because I think most of the people that are addressing it wrongly. So that's where we find ourselves now.
All right, Dennis, let's talk about this latest one from the presidency that was announced, the establishment of the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons. What is needed to address the security situation in the country? Is this the right step to go right now?
Well, I think the right step to go right now, that Center for Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons, it should have been on for long. I think there was even one that under the Office of the National Security Advisor. But what we need now is a war room, a place where all the service chiefs will meet every morning, because we're in a war.
Well, Dennis, I need to. You're saying like, which you agree with some Nigerians since that announcement was made about this establishment of this center, that it's needed and it's a long time coming. But with the situation we have now, people are asking: is it small arms that we're seeing in the northeast, north central, northwest, and are those light weapons our security agencies are facing day in, day out?
Yes, the control of light weapons and small arms is what we are facing right now. When we say light weapons, small arms, we're talking of AK-47s, RPGs, we're talking of ARs, and then of course, sometimes grenade launchers. So that is what is in the market, and that's what is in the field right now. So if we want to control them, you are thinking of heavy weapons. The ones that militants or the terrorists are carrying are not classified as heavy arms.
Heavy weapons.
Yes,
All right. So,
military grade.
okay, so then is one of the things I know a lot of Nigerians have been calling for, which is what we also discussed here, is an address by the president to the nation. Now, people are beginning to wonder, why is the president silent? I mean, all that has happened and is still happening in the country.
I don't know myself. I think this question will ask the president why he does not want to address his nation, because we expect him to, like I said earlier, every morning, all the service chiefs should assemble in the war room, or we call it situation room, and then, of course, go through what has happened in the country in the last 24 hours, and then address them. He can now come out and tell everybody that, look, Nigerians, this is what is happening. And then, of course, I want you to remain calm. I'm handling it and stuff like that. But if he's not addressing Nigerians, I don't know why.
Okay. Dennis, once again, I need to ask you this. The latest news we are hearing as of this morning, quite early, is that, the kidnappers of the Greenfield University Kaduna students have said they will kill the students in their custody. So that is more problems now for the parents and relatives of these students. Where do we go from here now?
Well, I will say that the Kaduna State Governor has taken his stance about zero tolerance to ransom payment. I support him in that, because he has been paying ransom. And as long as he has been paid, they've been taking it and coming back. So what is the guarantee that this time, if he pays, they will release the hostage, quite all right, but they will use the money, buy more arms, and they will come back again. So why are we postponing the evil day? So right now, I agree with him, zero tolerance to ransom payment, but he should also use that money that he should have paid to empower the security agents to go after these boys. Because, it's not saying that I'm not going to pay, and then, of course, you allow them to be running amok. Go after them, make them uncomfortable, and then, of course, isolate the hostages, and then bring them back. I think that's what they should do. That's what is done.
But Dennis, this is a threat to kill 17 university students in their custody, a threat not just to the government, a threat to the people of Nigeria. Ransom or no ransom, should this threat be carried out, God forbid, heaven forbid, that these students are killed, what kind of message will that send to the country?
It will say that we are fighting terrorism. This is not the first time that hostages have been killed. We know that there is going to be a collateral damage. And then if this is going to be the collateral damage, then let them take it. But they must make sure that they just don't kill them in vain. That means if they are going to be used as the collateral damage, these guys, the government should prove itself that we are not going to pay you ransom and we are going to get you. That is the message that should be sent out.
All right. Thank you very much, Dennis Amakri, for your time on Breakfast Central.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Wow.
He made a statement like it was a walk in the park. I mean, having to sacrifice 17 students. These are siblings, or these are brothers to family members, loved ones. It's easier said than done. No parent watching this will want their child to be the sacrificial lamb just for the country to move forward.
17 students.
17. I'm lost for words.
Because people watching this morning are asking, what's the effort to do for rescue? It doesn't look like it's coming. Right then, still Breakfast Central on News Central with Oluchi and Olisa. We'll take a quick break and we'll come back for more.